Do you have a burning desire to learn the runes? To be able to cast the runes to help yourself and your friends and your family in making decisions? Your quest, should you choose to embark upon it, is to become a confident rune reader and to learn each of the 24 runes and to master rune reading in under 28 days. So you can help yourself and others with this mystical tool and you can feel like you've been able to make a real difference. Hi, my name's Andy and I'd like to present to you 28 Days to Rune Mastery. Now, I've been giving psychic readings for about 30 years now. I use the tarot and angel cards every day in my one-to-one sessions. And more often than not, I complement these readings with a rune reading as well. So I've been working with the runes since 1995. Now, it's then when I discovered the best way to learn the runes was actually to live them, to experience them, to experience the energies of each rune in a first-hand manner. Let me explain how I did this. At the time, there was, this was before YouTube existed. So I had lots of books. I'd bought lots of books and I went to the library and saw lots of books and I collected all this rune knowledge. Each of the books gave a basic meaning of the runes themselves, but they were all slightly different. Everybody had their own twist on how they should be interpreted. And so from what I could gather, there was lots of different meanings. And there's this thing called the Poetic Eddas, which was written in the 15th century. It was actually written in Latin script, not in runic script. So it was written after the fact. It was written about how the Viking legends, the myths, the Nordic legends and myths. And in there, they mention about the runes. Okay, so this is where most of the information had originally come from. But these Eddas were very open to interpretation. And lots of people have interpreted them since in many different ways. And some of them carry common threads and some of them are completely different. So I decided that the best way to learn the runes was to open myself, to meditate to them, to channel the energy of the runes, to go into a sort of, not exactly trance, but a meditative state and a dream state as well, and to understand the meaning of the runes. So I did this experiment and I would take a week for each rune. Now, in this week, I would carve the runes. I had a series of stones. I do a little ritual for each rune, and I'd start to carve the runes in the what I thought was the appropriate way. I still believe it's the appropriate way, and embody the energy of that rune as far as I knew it. Whilst I was doing this, which took me about a week for each rune, whilst I was doing this, I would meditate on the meaning of the rune. I'd do some astral travelling on the meaning of each rune. I'd do some dream work. I'd do channeling, and I'd try and get as much information as possible on the meaning of each rune. I would then feel the energy that this rune is portraying, and I would watch how it is manifesting in my life on a daily basis. I would also watch how it manifests in the life of people around me on a daily basis. So I could see a rune, I could feel the energies of that rune, and I could see how it was affecting other people, how it was affecting myself, and how it was basically manifesting in a daily, normal basis in the lives of people around me. So over the period of about 6 months, I managed to get a complete rune set together. And then I applied some of the techniques I'd learned in tarot for different tarot spreads, plus some of the runic spreads that I'd read in some of the books, and started to do readings. And lo and behold, I felt really connected to the runes and to the runic meanings. They would really speak to me, because a lot of people who are into tarot and angel cards, they're guided by their intuition when they look at the pictures. Something will pop out on the picture, and it's the tarot card, especially when I'm doing tarot readings, they can have a different meaning from reading to reading. I can one day interpret it as one thing, and in one reading I will interpret it as something else. I'm a very intuitive reader, and I'm not one of these readers that stick to the rules. This card means this, and this card means that. And it's the same with the runes. The runes have no images. They have no images to conjure up. So that's one handicap really for tarot readers. But once you understand the energies, how they are manifest, and you've watched and observed these energies in daily life, this brings together much more than a picture, because you feel these energies, and you can see the myriad of different ways that these energies can manifest in the lives of a person. And it becomes much more colourful, and you can really interpret the runes. There's a lot more imagery in the runes this way than there is in the tarot itself. So this is how I feel about the runes. And the answers they give me are always down to earth. Absolutely, this is what's happening, this is what's going on, and there's no beating around the bush. And it's normally absolutely correct what they say, the results I get, the readings that I get. And it's like, yes, this is what's going on. This is the energy that's here. This can be moved. This can't be moved. This has to be steered around. This is the influence here. Now, this is a possible influence in the future. This is also a possible influence in the future. This will probably happen if we don't change anything. If I don't want this to happen, I should change. If I do want it to happen, then I should carry on on my present course, etc. This is the sort of the way that I do and teach rune reading. So, sort of digressing a little bit there. Let me see what else I wanted to talk about here. Oh yes. My intention with this course is to help you to become an effective rune reader. It's very easy to go over the internet, to look on YouTube, and to look at various websites, and you'll find the meaning of the runes strewn across the internet in all sorts of different forms. Some are similar, some are different, and you'll get people saying, "No, this is what this rune means, and this is what this rune means," and everybody has their own ideas. But what I want to teach is a lot more than the meaning of the runes. I want to teach you how to find out the actual energies of the runes, how to read them yourself, and then how to do rune readings. So a lot of this course is practice in reading the runes, not just learning the runes. Now, let me explain to what the course is about. 28 days to Rune Mastery. 4 weeks, 28 days, 7 days per module, 4 modules. Now, the first week, the first module, is dedicated to learning the meaning of the runes. So, for the first week, we'll be learning the basic meanings of all 24 runes. And there's a little techniques that we can use. We'll actually remember and interiorize the meaning of these runes. It's not a very difficult task. It's quite easy to do, and we shall spend the whole of the first week getting to know the runes. Okay, now the second week we'll be learning about rune reading. We'll learn how to do a simple rune reading with positions, which is more like how we do the tarot. For example, the past, present, future. There's other variations on this as well. We can say that the first rune is the strengths of the situation, the second rune are the weaknesses of the situation, and the third rune is the opportunities that this might provide us. And it's very easy to apply the energies of the runes to each of these positions. So that's what we'll be doing in the second week. Right, so that's module 2. In module 3, now we've learned the runes, and now we've learned how to read the runes, we shall be looking at some further more advanced meanings for the runes, okay? Because in the first module, the basic idea is just to learn some keywords as to what the runes are about, but now we'll be delving into the meanings of the runes a lot deeper. Okay, so there's a whole new set of meanings to come out, and we shall then also take a look at rune casting. Now, rune casting, I believe, is probably how they used to cast the runes, how the runes were read for divination purposes in the olden days, in the Viking days. Okay, because this is, well, there's lots of different ways of doing this. I shall explain more in the course, but basically taking a handful of runes, casting them onto the floor or a cloth, and depending on where they land and their relation to each other and which way they're turned, affects their meanings. Right, so that's module 3, and in module 4 we shall be talking about how to create your own rune set. Okay, so we'll be talking about physically how to create it, about the rituals we'll need to create it. We shall also be talking a little bit about runic magic, and we'll be talking about plans for the future, how to take the information that we've learned in this course and carry on our learning trajectory. We shall also talk a little bit about how to combine rune readings with tarot and angel cards. Now, that might sound very strange, but I've had so much success combining runes with angel cards. They're two energies really distinct. The angel cards give a very gentle, energetic feel, and the runes give a very down-to-earth, this is what's happening feel. And the combination is quite astounding. So there's lots of different ways you can use the runes apart from just a straight runic reading. So that's the course, 4 weeks, 28 days to Rune Mastery. So don't put it off any longer. If you've been thinking about learning the runes for a while now, this is your way in. This is your way to finally learn how to use the runes and to give runic readings. This isn't this isn't one of these huge internet companies. This is just me. I'll be doing the teaching and I'll be responding the emails. So I do try to respond to everybody. So you can contact me if you have any questions or doubts, and I will get back to you. So this is your entry into learning how to give expert rune readings. So let's get you reading runes like a professional today.